Hello! Hello everybody, I hope you're well. If you're a follower of this channel, thank you very much. And if you watch the last episode right to the very end, you'll realise that I haven't even moved my bum from where I was at the end of that. I've just said goodbye, see you next time, press stop, and I've pressed record again to start this episode, because we are now building the stud walls, which is all very exciting. Creating actual spaces up here. Downstairs is complete devastation, but we're going to be turning a blind eye to that for a little bit, and we're going to concentrate our efforts up here. If you're new to the channel, hello, thank you for coming. If you want to get up to speed, these are the thumbnails that you're after. All links are in the description. Right then, let's get straight to it, start getting these walls up. Right, well that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. These plasterboard props are a tremendous addition to the arsenal, so to speak. Right then, I am extremely happy with how all that has worked out. I'm bang on my line down here, which is all explained in the previous episode to this. If you want to go back and catch up, I won't go over it again, but it is all there if you're new to the channel. I've straight edged, got some straight bits of timber, and I've just used them as straight edges and levelled up, plumbed up I should say, and we are spot on there. So we're nice and plumb, we're nice and equal and parallel to this steel, which I know is true to the walls either side of it, so it's all looking rather nice. Now what I did here is I've left that timber just off the wall, just so it wedges into that joist up there, which again is off the wall. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mark everything with a pencil so it's all done, so I can take it all down, get that to the wall, screw that to the wall, which will then knock this timber that way 50mm, which in turn then, look at that, will knock that more or less exactly half, which means we can go straight again that way. And once all they're in, all these three, top, middle and bottom, I can just come across at my 450 centres, and very quickly we're going to have a wall up. So let's get to it. Well, the time lapse may be going a bit too fast for you to notice that, but wasn't capture it properly. But that one, which is there, little bit slack. It's all right, it pinned in, but then knocking these in, it just fell out. But it'll be absolutely fine in a second. So these are wedged in at the moment. None of them are fixed. And what I'm going to do is cut me a piece of timber now at 400. Now 400-ish. What I've done, measured 400, give it a nice thick pencil line, and I'm going to cut on that line. So the actual measurement, once it's cut, will be slightly under. Now the reason for that is, these are 450 centres, which means from centre of that timber to centre of that timber is 450mm. That leaves a bay from this face to this face of 400mm. Now why that's important is because the rolls of insulation come in 1200mm lengths, so cut those into three, that's 400mm, and they go nice and steadily in between your studs. However, cutting the insulation isn't exactly a complete science, because you've got to do it with a handsaw, and every now and again you're going to cut it and your last roll is going to end up short. So what I've done, I've got a piece of timber which I've measured at 400, and I've got a thick pencil line there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut that straight on the line, which means the actual piece of timber then will be slightly less than 400. That means then if I use that piece of timber in each bay and then knock the stud to it, each bay then will be slightly less than 400, which means that the insulation will fit in tighter. The reason why that's important is, quite simply, when you install the insulation and it just flops out because you've cut one slightly too big, which means your last one slightly too small, it's an absolute ball ache. So by having slightly tighter bays, get it in there, more or less guaranteed to get it all nice and in there, nice and tight, each one more economical with the insulation. Hopefully that will work. We shall see. It's the following morning now. I tacked those in last night before I went, and that's all I could do then. But oh look, you won't go deaf as a post, will they? That's a great joke. I don't care what you say. So now, what am I doing now? Apart from coming out with comedy gold. Yes, I couldn't do anything because I needed the all clear of the sizes, dimensions, that sort of thing, where the doors are going to go. So we've had the conflab, everything's sorted, and it's all steaming ahead now. I won't talk you through it. I might as well just build it and show you. One thing I have done today, though, is come across an issue which I knew was coming. I've put it back until now. I'll talk you through that very quickly, and then we'll get some walls up.
evolutionary process going on, but mankind won't be destroyed.
Beautiful. The structure of these walls are in, not noggin out or anything. As you can obviously see, I'll go around and got some crappy bits of timber I can use for that. Use as less of this good stuff as possible. The offcuts are too small for it, so I'll see what I've got line round for that before I commit. And I've also got to have a chat with myself and obviously the boss to see where radiators are going to go, if there's any on these stud walls, any TVs, that sort of thing. In which case I've got all the patresses to build in and blah blah, but we'll come to that as and when. But I've made a bit of a mistake, haven't I? All I've got to do now to finish these stud walls off is to get this one in, going this way, which will section the bedroom off to what will be the ensuite walk-in wardrobe. Once this wall is in, I can section the two off with those there, like that. Finish that off along the bottom and uprights. But check this out. Oh, you absolute idiot. Who has put all those timbers there? Yeah, it's me. So I've got to shift them. I mean, bloody hell, man, 200mm back would be fine. But I've got no more timbers to use. I've used as many as I can to save moving less. I'm going to have to commit now. I've got to just shunt them back, I think, a little bit. And get that wall in. And then that's it, really. That's it. Right, I would like it noted that I did not subject you to watching me move them. Absolute ball ache, but I'll put them in the right place first. Bit of forward thinking, I wouldn't have to do it, would I? Right, I've just set this laser up. I was going to show you just a quick tip, which is probably blatantly obvious, but why not? I haven't been using a laser to set these walls out because these timbers are dead straight, well a lot of them are, so I've just been doing it with the level, and as you can see, doing it with the level is not a bad method at all. So we're good, we're all right. But I just want to mark this line across the floor. I could just cut a timber down and go from wall to wall, but then that timber's then too short to do an upright with it, so I just thought I'll get this out. And then I'm going to mark where the laser line is along the floor, but as you can see, you can't see it when you get so far, look, it sort of fades out. But all you got to do, get an offcut, and there we go. And you can just mark it there, and then move across, mark it there, and then get your level out and join the dots, so all is not lost. There we go, beautiful. Hopefully that was I don't know, useful to somebody. Beautiful. We're happy with that. So all the structure for all the walls is in now. Happy with the layout of everything. Happy where the doors are. Yeah, so we can start bulking it all out now. A pattress can go in there. For those of you who don't know what a pattress is, I might as well show you once it's done. Bear with me, all will become apparent. So we can start nogging, is that a word? Start putting the noggins in now. And we do that for two reasons. Strengthen our walls, because that isn't strong enough as it is. It's really quite whippy. So yeah, it clamps everything together. So they are essential, but you've got to make them work for you in terms of your plasterboards. So just to show you what I mean there, we're going to put a row of noggins round all the walls at that height, because that is a full width piece of plasterboard. I'm going to be laying the ones on the walls, landscape, going that way, sideways, however you want to say it. So as always, you don't put plasterboard on straight onto the floor, you always leave them off. So scrap a plasterboard on the floor, then plasterboard will go on. Imagine this is a full sheet. And then, as you can see there, that noggin is halfway across the board. So I can secure this board across here, and then the one that goes on top can be secured there and all the way across. And then that gets repeated again, another 1200 up here as we're going round. So all quite simple. Now I'm going to need a lot of them, but because I haven't measured any of these out, if you remember, I've used this spacer and this spacer only, so I know that all the bays are exactly this width apart. So all I've got to do is pattern cut a lot of these. So I'll set up right, simple kind of jig here. That's screwed onto that, that's screwed onto that, and then when that, what I can do now, full length of timber, straight to there. Oh, whoopsie, didn't mean to do that. When I cut, it's going to cut the same length every single time. So I can just do a load of them now, I'll count up and do them all in one. Really simple, don't need to use a tape measure. And then after that, what I've got to do then is turn this bad boy on. And as you can see, all that is set up, and I've got my laser line all the way around, and I'll just fire in the noggins, top of the noggins, that laser line, and that's it. Then reset it up here, and then do them, and the walls will be extremely strong. All the plasterboard will be taken care of, because this width here, it's too wide for plasterboard. That, if that wasn't there, for instance, if it was there, let's get it flattened up. There we go. Watch, see, what the wing, so that can flex. That will crack, guaranteed. So no matter how many fixings you put down here, the space between there is it's too much. So it needs reinforcing. Hence the reason why we're putting those in. Then there's also going to go around and put what we call board catchers in, because when I get to, it's the other side, isn't it? When I get to here, I bring the plasterboard across. See, there's barely anything there to screw onto, so I've got to put other bits of timber, only offcuts, and put them 3 or 4 up right here, so then we can screw the plasterboard onto. And then the same at any junction, I've got to go around and check that needs one as well. The ceiling, a couple of bits in the ceiling up there, that needs a couple, because I've got plasterboard to there, I've got a big gap there, and again that will just move. So I need to attach something onto here in order for it to be able to be screwed onto and keep it all nice and secure. So that is it. Right then, enough babbling, enough explaining. Let's get some cutting and some nailing done. Just had a site visit from the wife. Brought me a very nice Greg's chicken slice. Beautiful. The electrician's coming this week, so we had to go around and decide on where we want sockets and lights and all that sort of thing. So we've just been around and marked that out. Hence all the post-it notes everywhere. I'll start putting the back boxes on in a minute. So what I like to do for the electrician, just so I know they are exactly where they need to be. So I went round then, finished off all the noggins. And I didn't film it because, you know, value in it really. Done all the board catchers, I should say. I had these little bits left over, so which worked out nicely because they now one piece that straddles that bit, so I can board. I'll show you. I can screw now from there to there. That'd be nice and strong all the way up, and then that carries over. And then from there to there, all nice and strong, as you can see, all the way up. So we're all good. In fact, thinking about it, I've got a couple more to put up here, which will sort out. Anyway, let's talk through this pattress. Right, so anywhere you think you are going to screw something to a stud wall, we all know that plasterboard isn't the easiest thing to get a decent fix on. I know there's loads of different plasterboard fixings out there, but you've got to go out and buy them, haven't you? So, but you've got loads, if you do something like this, you'll have loads of scrap bits, and you'll be able to bypass all that and make a stronger job of it, all for your peace of mind. So decide what you're going to use as your actual pattress, what you're going to board it out with. In my case, obviously, because of the flooring, we've got loads of these offcuts of 18mm OSB, which is perfect for the job. So you get an offcut of that, like so, and then you put it flush with your stud wall and mark the back, as you can see, this line here. Then to the far side of that line, you attach some offcuts of what timber you're using, and then to that you attach your 18mm OSB like that, so it finishes flush with your stud work. That then gives you all that area to screw whatever it is you want to screw to it. In this case, it'll be a TV bracket, and you'll have the perfect fixing. You have to do it flush, just so then obviously the plasterboard goes straight the way across it. you'll never know it's there. Obviously, you've got to remember that it is. Maybe mark it out, write it down, something like that. So when it comes to it, no fixings, no, well, as in no raw plugs, no expensive fixings, nothing like that. Peace of mind that you're screwing straight into there. And that's it, perfect. Yeah, and then you do that everywhere you think you're going to be screwing something to the wall. So there's radiators are the main consideration here. What else? I can't think really. Whatever you want. If you're unsure where it's got to go, I mean, it's better if you can make the decision. There's nothing stopping you from cladding the entire wall. It's a bit extreme, isn't it? Especially, but if you don't know what size TV you're going to have, or you're going to have TV and then you're going to have like a floating shelf underneath or something, you might want to do it. In which case, forget noggining out the inside. You could just clad the entire thing straight over the top of it. But then obviously you've got to go above your doors. So it's a lot of money really. It's a lot of wasted OSB or whatever it is you're going to use. Plywood is better, but we've got a load of this stuff in it, and it's going to do the job perfectly. So yeah, there you go. You can do that if you want to. Right then, I've screwed that on, and then we'll see what we're going to do next. Right then, that's it. Just finished off the top of those doors. Patching, as you've seen, all those board catchers there, and I've gone down this side as well. They're all in. Right then, this door has got to be cut down to length, but I think we're going to have a window above that door. It's a nice piece of glass, just so we get some natural light into this landing area here, because that's the only chance we've got. The stairs are obviously in the middle of the house, neighbour's side, so there's no window, and I can't have one above my son's bedroom because it will let light in and end up waking him up overnight if we put the landing lights on. So I'll do that properly, so to speak. I have yet to cut that to size yet. That's too tall, but I've got that little piece in there. I'll sort that out at a later date. So we're okay. Just got to make sure I tell the electrician no cables through there. So yeah, that's that. I'll get the back boxes on the walls in the morning for the electrician. So he's got one less thing to do. I only want him running cables. Yeah, and that's it. So that brings the stud walls to an end, and with it a bit of an issue. And that issue is, as yeah, looks like I'm having a great idea, doesn't it? What do we do next? We can't do anything here because we're waiting for the trades, which means I can't insulate plasterboard, nothing like that. There's loads to do downstairs, obviously. That still looks like a bomb site. However, start concreting floors, but there's no point doing that because the other half of the house needs concreting. We need to get that level all the way through, which brings us to the question of, do we start the other side of the house? Do we escalate things a bit sooner than we thought? And I think that we do. I'll have to have a word first, I'll have to sleep on it, because that means ripping out the kitchen, ripping out the bathroom. I've always said, once you start doing that, there's no way back. They need to be back in, finished, in order to move back in. So, it's a bit of a leap really, but we always knew this day was coming, but I don't know. I'll have to have a word. It needs to be done now, doesn't it? Basically means starting again. Whatever we've done at this side of the house, do it the other side. Back to square one. It's progress though, isn't it? Do we do it? We've got to, haven't we? Yeah. Let's do it. Skip number 3. You know what this means, don't you? It means we're starting again. Everything that I've done behind me, walls down, floors out, floors back in, walls back in, I've now got to do to what's in front of me, second part of the house. We're going for it. So this is it. Right then, Charlie's here putting some first fixing in the bedroom. Say hello, Charlie. One of many words. Funny voices, guys. I don't want to film for too long. If anyone's going to get a modelling contract out of this, hopefully it's going to be me. I'm going to show you the bathroom now, and just want to brace yourself, because when we started doing these videos I thought, do I ever show in the bathroom? I am embarrassed by this bathroom. It's one of the many reasons why we don't have many people around the house. But if you're going to have shoddy workmanship done to a house like it has been done all the way around, before when it was 2 flats converted back into a house, let's just get back into the light. If ever that's going to show up somewhere, it's going to be in bathrooms. If you don't know what you're doing in there, you are going to have leaks. It is going to be just a complete mess, and guess what? That's what happened. But we always knew that this day, today, was going to happen. It was always going to get ripped out. So all the work I've done in there, if you can call it work, was knowing that this is going to happen. I know I'm building it up, but you wait till you see it. Right, let's go in. Right. Okay, are you ready? I hope you're not eating. Look at the state of this. How vile is that? How do you fix your dodgy tiling? I gaffer tape mine up. You've got to remember, right, that not only was we always going to have a new bathroom, this wall and that wall and that wall and that ceiling was going to be removed in its entirety. So any work I did to fix any of this was always throwing good money after bad. I could have retiled that, and imagine how I'd feel now, having had to knock all that work out and all that money and all that time. And you can't, there's no quick fix to this in a permanent way. You either completely bodge it, like I've done here, just to get you through, or you redo the entire thing. And well, I chose the former. That's got a lot worse since the fan was decommissioned when we turned a lot of the power off this side of the house. So it's vile, I know it is, and I'm keeping nothing. I know I'm going on about saving stuff and saving money, but coming this dust is from all the work that's been carried out. We haven't been living like that. But I hate it. I hate all of this. I hate this room. So it's all going in the skip. I'm going to rip it out, and I'm going to really enjoy doing it. We're keeping absolutely nothing. Oh, look at the state of it. That's in here because it's the only room in the house as it stands. It will fit in, but it's obviously we've got a floor in there now, so I'm going back in there. So yeah, this is it then. Let's start. What's that? Oh, it's me. That's me clean air, Birmingham clean air charge thing. Well, 60 quid. But I'll tell you what, the irony of having a clean air fixed penalty notice in this room is not lost on me. But there we go. Yeah, horrible, but it's bye horribleness. Right, let's get it ripped out. Look at that. Cables behind the architrave. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, God. So glad I'm ripping it out. Right, it's going to be a bit tight in here. Because, well, it's tight in here, isn't it? So I'll try my best. And we'll give it a go. Oh man, horrible, but rather therapeutic. I've hated this room for so long, and now I'm having my own back on it. And there we go. But look how much water's been getting. I mean, you can see, can't you? Those bricks are visibly wet. And we're over here where the water doesn't get to. That's solid. But down here, look. Oh man, look at that. The dab that sticks to anything like you know what, and one of the hardest substances known to man. That's delaminated off the wall. Look at that. I mean, that's relatively unheard of. Anyway, end to a very unwanted era, but it's progress, isn't it? it's moving in the right direction. Right, so what can we do now then? Well, I turned the water off downstairs, didn't turn the water off upstairs. So what that means is that obviously there's another stopcock up here from when it used to be 2 flats. So I think it is in the room behind me. That one there, which is my daughter's bedroom. It's got to be in there somewhere. Turn that off and it'll turn the water off. Now where the issue that is that thankfully all these had isolators on, so I could turn them off and then get all the stuff out. But the isolator to the cold on the sink is knackered and I can't get it off. So I'm going to have to find that stopcock and turn it off properly. Issue there is that my daughter's bedroom, we've been using that as a storeroom up to now, so it's full of stuff. Well, now it's time to empty it. So I'm going to get rid of all that stuff now, put it all up in the loft, out the way. It shouldn't take too long. There's a lot in there, but it's all boxed up and everything, so it's all right. Shouldn't take too long, as I say. And then I can move all this stuff out the way, get that shelving unit, put it over there and stock it up with all my tools, everything. That'll be all nice and neat. But all that, I think we can file under things that you don't need to see. So I'm not going to film that. I'm not going to make you sit through that. No, how good the music is, or not in some cases. So I'll get all that sort of stuff done, get it all shifted, get all this to a nice, clean, empty space, and we'll start ripping it down. Right, it's the following morning. I was here late last night, cleaning out. We don't see the ceiling there. Cleaning out the daughter's bedroom, which is, as I say, has been used as a storeroom up to now. Got the curtains open, first time God knows how long. So we're going to start ripping things out. I'll turn you around, quick brief explanation, and then we'll go for it. Had a bit of a knockabout last night, got rid of this crappy boxing that was around here, found a stopcock for up here. So all water off to the house, all the water to the house now is off. Going to start with the skirtings, architraves, frames, get all that stuff out, get all that in the skip. Start getting these walls down, which are, look at the original lath and plaster, still overboarded on the inside of the bathroom. Which that means, couple that with the lath and plaster ceiling that we've got, we are in for a world of hurt in terms of mess and horribleness. Lath and plaster walls and ceilings are the worst part of a building project that exists, because there's nothing but just horribleness attached to it. But there we go. That's all it is. It's pretty dark in here because the electricians are here doing their thing. They've turned the power off. Say hello, electricians. Strange voice, haven't they? They won't be here long because I've made their life so easy, haven't I? No, there you go. Excellent. So which means I've got free rein on this, rip all that out at my leisure. Might just get the big saw on it, and then we'll go for it, and then we'll tackle the roof. Now, you should notice here that the ceiling is obviously still in, that the entire roof structure is still in. It's I took the tiles off when I did the extension, and the felt, wherever it was, that's gone. Apart from that, it's all still in. So to take it down, we've got to work from under it. So it's a horrible job, but we've got to do it, really. Access is a bit obstructed because, as I say, the electrician there, who looks like he's about to commit Harry, but I can assure you his well-being is okay. For electrician anyway. And yeah, so couldn't make a mess first and then take it out once they've gone. Right then, that's enough rambling, let's go on with it. Looks like I've gone back into my Alice Cooper phase. Mess made. Let's clean it up. I feel this needs documenting. That person there is an electrician and he's using a broom. Unbelievable. This video is going to go viral. Right then, YouTube, a couple of questions for you. First one is, do I keep that? I think that is absolutely fantastic. It's like a window into the past, isn't it? Fair enough, it's on plasterboard, so it's not the original stuff, but then you've got the decades upon decades of built up wallpaper all the way through to modern day plasterboard fixings. I don't know, I think there's something about that. Do you think I'll be able to get away with oh shit. Do you think I'll be able to get away with framing that and keeping it somewhere? 'Cause it's the house, isn't it? This is what the house is. This is what it's been through in its life. Or is that one step too far? Don't know. Bear in mind that neither you or I have got the casting vote on that. The old Simon Cowell of the house has. So, yeah, what do you reckon? Put it in the comments. Second question is that I've just swept up in here. Why? What an idiot. Ceiling's coming down now. But there you go, look at that space. It's beautiful, isn't it? That window's always let a load of light in. It's just a shame really, it's at the back of the house and it's the bedroom, and when the curtains are closed obviously you get no benefit from it, but when it's like this, it's beautiful. Never really saw our bathroom as small. Disgusting, yeah, but I thought it was, you know, perfectly formed. It's bloody tiny now in a room like that. But there we go. Right then, let's have a crack at getting these ceilings down. Oh, you can see daylight there. No, don't worry though, don't worry. That's a roof window. We'll go into that a little bit later. Right then, let's create some more mess. Actually, quickly before I do, let me show you that absolute beauty. That's where the stairwell was. That was against the wall there. It had a lovely window up the stairs, and I converted it to flats and they just put the floor straight into it. It's ace, isn't it? Oh my word. Right, block the floor off. There's a window there, Gaffer. Don't care, block it off. So there we go. That's that. Apps. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Right, we're glad to get rid of that, which won't be long. Let's start off with the ceilings. man. Oh, believe it or not, hold on. Believe it or not, that was the hardest job of this job so far. Oh man, that's put up a bit of a fight. It lost though. Right, we'll leave it there for this episode, shall we? I'll clean that up. You don't want to see that. And we'll see you next time, where we'll get this wall down and basically do everything we've done over there in here. Get the joist all ordered, and oh, you'll see it whenever it is. Hopefully it'll be next Wednesday. If not, it'll be soon after. We'll see how much we can get done, shall we? Right then, thanks for watching. Catch you next time.